How's it going, everyone? It's Derek Lamoureux, and I'm joined by cinematographer and director of photography, Danny Lau.
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me.
So walk us through, you've got this vision from the director, and you've got to get the coverage here. You got one location. Let's start with our wide shot.
Yeah.
So break this down from a cinematography perspective, framing, and then let's get into lighting.
Yeah, so I think all of it kind of sits in one space. Like usually when I think about like this shot and I think about the opening shot, I usually light for the widest shot. Always start with the widest shot because I know if I can set myself up to light for as much real estate as possible, then it makes the close-ups a lot easier. I think specifically with this shot, it was important for me to show the space. And so I wanted to get a little bit of that bathroom door on the right because we're gonna establish that later on, right? Someone's gonna run right into it. So I want to show that space. I think a little bit of foreground on the left side kind of helps kind of bring the image together. And then using the mirror, him and seeing him in the mirror can also help bring a level of depth that makes the shot a little bit more interesting. In terms of lighting, my approach on this very much was show like what the real world was giving me. And so you see the light that's above him, like that's what the real world is giving me, right? And so I'm gonna use that. And how can I use the universe to just kind of give me a sense of reality? Right?
Yeah, this feels like the Joker, like the scene
yeah,
from the Joker.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think because if you walk into a bathroom, this is what it would look like, and not getting too caught up in like I got to get the perfect wrap or I got to get the perfect key and I got to get the perfect contrast ratio. And so I wanted to see what the world was giving me, and so what I did was I just replaced Titan tubes onto both of those to give it a little bit level contrast. I took the left light that's next to him, I turned it down. You can kind of see it there. It's kind of a little bit lower than the other one. And so that gives me a good position to start. Now, the anamorphic, this is where this really helped benefit me, was the anamorphic just cut off the roof, and the ceiling has drop ceilings. And the drop ceilings to me are absolute like gold. I love them because they're so easy to rig to. I can magnetize the stairs to them. I could put scissor clamps on them. There's so many things that I can do. And so the anamorphic gave me that vertical real estate. And so right above him, I had an Astero just magnetized. It's so fast. You just literally put magnets on it, boom, done. And you can move it around, and it's gridded to kind of give him a top light.
So we've got one tube, two tubes, three tubes above him so far. Okay.
Yeah, and then so for the rest of the space, we didn't need a lot of lights. This is a controlled environment. I'm not fighting windows. I have a camera that has insane dynamic range. And so I didn't need a lot of power, so I just took little dash lights and I just put them, as you can see, one above the bathroom door there just to highlight the bathroom door, and then one in the left wall over there to highlight that as well, and just kind of bring everything back to life. But
so just like accents, essentially.
It's just accents, and I wanted to make it feel like this is what the world is. This is what a bathroom feels like in the ultra reality of film.
Yeah. Now, I guess one thing that a bit overlooked here so far is your reason to choose all these things is probably because a lot of this could just run off battery.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And it gives the actor freedom. If Anthony wanted the block and change, it won't be too detrimental. Like it gives him the freedom to do that. And I think as a DP, like you need to service the director's vision, and you want to give them as much flexibility as possible. You want to make their life easier. And part of that is helping the talent give them the flexibility. So if he wanted to shift over, I could just turn that other Titan tube higher and turn that one lower.
Right.
There's options for me to do that. And given this space is so small to begin with, that for me to even consider how to get a hard, bigger source, or like get the far side key that everyone's obsessed with, like,
yeah, where does the power?
Where does it go? Yeah,
how does the power run and go?
Exactly, right? And so the idea is that like I want to hide the lighting. I want the lighting to be part of just this production. I don't want it to stand out. And this isn't something where I want to almost curate it to the point where it looks crafted, right? I want it to just exist.
Now, are you using any type of flags or rags and supplements to this, or are we just those tubes?
No,
wow.
Just the tubes, yeah. It's just finding the level in the tubes. And
now, what about when we go in for these close-ups here? Any changes?
So absolutely no. There's no changes in this whatsoever. I just move. As you can see, it's not pretty lighting. It's not perfect. I think for stuff like this, like maybe minor adjustments to just kind of shift him a little bit more to the right or a little bit more to the left, and just to get him a little bit compositionally where you want him and to get the background that you want. But overall, there's absolutely no changes.
This is the lighting change
Yes,
here,
so
right?
this was the only thing that was a lighting change. And in this case, we brought in the IntelliTech MegaCloth 3 because what I love about that light is it's a big light and it's small.
Yeah.
The footprint is small. It's an absolute amazing light. It's big, it's RGB, WW, so you can adjust it to the color temp that you want, and you can really tone it in. And what I love about it's bigger light, softer source, especially closer up, and so we leaned it up right up against the wall just to give them that pop. And then what we did was the background before over here there was a dash lighting up this part. I just turned it off.
Right.
And it just like I think, and this is like something that like was brought up to me on set too, was, you know, someone brought up, hey, well, that's not the continuity from the wide, and I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, who's gonna remember?
Who cares, right? Yeah. Like no one's gonna remember. I'm pretty sure anyone that's watched this, I go, wait a minute, that light was on before. Like no one thinks about that. You want to curate the image so it looks good. Like that's essentially.
Well, and those two shots aren't back to back.
They're not back to back on
Like
the
someone
edit.
could have
Exactly.
closed the door and that light disappeared. Like
Yeah,
there's so
exactly.
many-
And so for this, it was just centralized right into his face. We knew this was going to be a shot that where his reaction is going to be the most important thing. So it doesn't make sense for me to add lights onto the side and kind of distract the audience away from him.
Right, and so the light behind him is.
That's a dash. So we essentially, because like again, what I love about drop scenes is they're magnetic, right? And so you just take the dash and just go boop and just move it over, and it's that fast. It's that fast.
If you like this video and you want to see more videos, make sure you just tap that subscribe button. And thanks again, Danny, for joining me.
Thank you for having me, man.